Hey, so in this tutorial we will be creating this laptop holder and we will configure it purely through variants, right? So we have here many variants and we can select what kind of laptop we want to add to it, and then we also can select how many laptops we want to add, and you see that price adapts based on those parameters. So if it's MacBook Air, the price drops, and you can also configure it to be of blue color or black color. So all of these are basically variants, and then we don't really need to use any line items. And what's funny is that I do have this holder printed out here, so you can see it. It looks really great. It's 3D printed, and if you're into 3D printing business, you may be producing those and selling them as a product to your customers. So what we will do is we will check out the tutorial page on BitByBit.dev. So you see that it's here, and we will need to create these product variants. These are like for laptop type, number of laptops, and the color. And we have here an example of TypeScript code. So if you open it up, you see that we have here the code, and this time we are using TypeScript because it's just possible, and it's good to know that it can be done. And we also interact with the runner through various inputs here. I'm not gonna go into much detail here, but yeah, you can figure this out from the code yourself if you're into TypeScript. If you want to write your 3D product configurators in TypeScript, that's where you have to look at. And yeah, TypeScript is very powerful. You gain access to all of the features of BitByBit, BabylonJS, and more probably you can also code freely your own algorithms. Yeah, so feel free to use TypeScript as well. And yeah, so let's get started. Let's hit run here, and you'll see that the script produces a 3D model of laptops. And you can also interact with the code here by going here and saying what kind of default configuration you want. And this is also the configuration that you will be passing from the app. So now we should see 2 laptops, right? Okay, so this is fine, but what we want to do is just go into the products page on our store, add a product. Let's call it a laptop holder. So the description of the laptop holder, we will not spend much time here. And let's add a custom option. And let's just go here. We will copy paste this as our option name. We will add a value and we will copy paste this, and then it will be the same, just 14 if I remember correctly, and we will use MacBook Air as a third option. Okay, so for this first option, that's it. So let's add another option, create custom option. Let's call it number laptops, and let's add 1, 2, and 3, and then let's hit done. Then let's add another option, custom option. Let's call it color. Let's name it black, and let's name it blue. So just 2 options, right? Let's hit done. Let's hit save. So now we have quite a lot of prices to add because we have to configure all of these variants, right? So we started with MacBook Pro, and then we have to say how much all of these will cost. So let's do this. Let's start with a price, like maybe it's 45 euros, and then if it's black, it's 45. If it's blue, it's yeah, maybe 46, you know, it depends. Maybe the plastic is more expensive to you. So here it's maybe 60 because these are two laptops, black, and then 61 or 62, maybe if it's blue. And let's say that if this is three laptops, then, you know, maybe it's 90 and 93 if it's blue. We can also add how many variants, how many of those laptop holders do we have in stock. And let's just put some numbers here. So like this. Let's add a price that is default here. So MacBook Pro 14 probably should start at a lower price, right? It's a bit smaller laptop, so let's do like 40 instead of 45. And let's do 41 if it's blue. Let's do, if it's 2, like 50. And maybe 52 if it's blue. And 70 if it's 3 laptops, and 73 if it's a blue color. So MacBook Air is the smallest one, so let's start with 20, for example, and if it's blue, 21. We continue this logic, right? So if it's 2 laptops, then maybe it's 30 and 32, and if it's black, then if it's 3 laptops, then it's 40 and 43. So this is quite nice. And now let's add some numbers here. How many of those laptops do we have? So you can pick your own actual numbers for the products. Or you can also just say that you have unlimited number. Okay, let's hit save. And the product is saved now. So we have line items from the previous tutorial. We will not use that. We will also not gonna need this background color, I think. For JavaScript, let's see, we can copy paste some code. So let's go into the table, for example. Let's remove this console log of inputs that was from the previous tutorial and save. Go back to products, laptop holder. So all of our options are saved. JavaScript is like this. Load fonts is empty array. Then camera target 0. 50. We will see what works best. Position will be 5, 10, and we can hit save. So now the other thing that we usually do is we choose the template, and now if we preview this, you know, then we will just see our standard configuration. Let's see if the pricing works. So you see that it all adapts with the variants that we've set up. So pricing matches what we've entered, and you can add it to cart, of course, it will work, but we still need some 3D code here. And to do that, I'll be uploading a new picture. It's being processed. And now it's done. So let's hit done here. This is good. It looks okay. We have our 3D Bits app selected here. And the last thing that we want to do is go here into this script. Yeah, you can always, you know, go into full screen if you don't like that tiny window. Export to runner, copy. Try not to minify the script. I think it's not really necessary. So close full screen. Go back to your code here. Paste inline script. Hit save. And now if we go to preview this product, you'll see that we have our laptop holder. That's quite cool, right? So one thing to change is this camera position. I think I want to move it a bit further. It's just too close. If you open the product, you want to see it better. Even that is a bit off, I think. So let's go back. Let's do like 10, maybe 30. Let's hit save. So let's see what happens now. Yeah, now it's pretty good. I think this works really nice. And let's check if it reacts to what we set up. So let's increase the number of laptops. Yeah, so here you have a laptop holder of 2 laptops. Now you have laptop holder of 3 laptops. You can enter full screen, inspect your model, you know, that's quite nice. And you can exit full screen, come back to this page. You can change the color and it adapts. You can also change your laptop, and you can, of course, add it to cart. So this is it, you know, you have configured it. This is the way it will be reflected to you as a merchant, and your customer will be hopefully really happy with the result. Okay, so I think this is enough for this video. It's a short one, it's easy to do. You see how you can use also TypeScript to code your geometries. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and let's see each other in the next ones. Cheers.